You ready for this video, Blake? Say. Hello. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I have a video, a new video, duh. Today I'm going to be doing my 3-month postpartum video with you guys, and basically in this video I'm just going to be really just talking about everything that has happened with Blake and myself from 1 month to 3 months old. But if you guys see me looking down, it is because I have all of my notes written down on my phone. And yeah. Okay, so I'm gonna start off with talking about all of Blake. So Blake was born at 6 pounds 1 ounce, and when she left the hospital she was, I want to say, 5.5 pounds. So she was required to see the doctor like right away, and we were going to weekly doctor appointments until the doctor felt that her weight was up high enough. They were really just trying to stay on top of her weight and everything, and as you guys know, if you guys watched my pregnancy updates, then you knew that her weight was something that we kind of struggled with during my pregnancy as well. You can see this is going to be lots of editing. So I did start off feeding her breast milk, and I was pumping in the hospital. I was basically taking hand expressing and then taking a syringe and feeding it to her that way. I was doing everything I possibly could to get her to breastfeed. So what I did was I pumped. I liked pumping a lot better because I was able to store up so much more milk, and she took a bottle and it actually kind of like primed my nipples and got it ready for breastfeeding, and now she actually breastfeeds. And at one point I think I was feeding her a little bit too much, and she was spitting up excessively, and to the point where there was it happened twice actually, where she was spitting up out of her mouth and her nose, and it was spitting up so bad that she couldn't breathe. So the first time it happened, we were at home and I lost my entire mind. It was the scariest thing ever. And then the second time it happened, we were actually out at the mall and she was strapped into her car seat, and I really lost it then because, you know, when I was at home I was holding her, so I had control over what she was doing. Whereas when she was strapped into the car seat, I didn't have any control. I literally was like freaking out so bad that to the point where I was trying to rip open the car seat because I was trying to get to her as fast as possible. It was super duper scary, but we have it all under control. We tried, we went from, so I actually started her, so I started supplementing very early, supplementing with formula very early, and I tried Enfamil AR because that's what I went to with Charlie when she was a baby, and that was the best thing in the world. So I tried to start Blake off with AR, and that didn't work. She hated it. And then we went to Gentle Ease, and that wasn't too bad until she started getting super gassy. Y'all wanted a postpartum video, right? So this is what you get. A baby who keeps making noise, pulls my hair, and yeah, this is postpartum for you. This is raw postpartum. Anyway, so we tried Gentle Ease. Then she didn't really like that, so my doctor recommended that we just try regular Enfamil, not, you know, any of the special types of Enfamil. Just try regular Enfamil and see how she does with that, because that's the closest to the taste of breast milk. So we tried that, and then we were on that for about a week and a half, and then we actually went to Nashville in November for Thanksgiving to visit my mom. The night before we left, we had a flight at like 8 a.m. and I actually flew by myself with both girls, and my husband flew down a day after because he couldn't get the time off with his job. So the night before, she got super duper duper gassy, like screaming. I was bathing her in the bathtub at like 4 a.m. and I'm like, oh my gosh, like what am I gonna do? Like there's no way we can get on a plane like this. And so when I got to Nashville, my mom suggested to do soy, and so we had her on soy for, I want to say, the whole week of Thanksgiving, and then the whole week coming back, and we finished that. And then she had another doctor's appointment, and the doctor was like, just be careful, like don't you know, rush to putting her on soy so fast. Like give the regular Enfamil a try one more time before we decide on soy. So actually she's been on that since, I want to say, early December. She's been on regular Enfamil, and she's still the same gassy baby from time to time, but she's been doing a lot better. I have started, every so often I will stick a little bit of cereal in her bottles at night, and I just started that, I want to say, about 3 weeks to a month ago. And I actually started because she got a really bad cold and she wasn't sleeping, so I decided to put a little bit of cereal, just a tiny bit, in her bottles, and she took it really well. So we've been doing that every now and then. I don't do it every single day, but I do stick a little bit of cereal in her bottles at night only. She is having a hard time being on her own. We are at the point right now where we're trying to kind of transition her into getting used to sitting on her own. We got her a little bumble seat. If you guys watched my what we got our kids for Christmas video, then you saw that we got her a bumble seat. She hated it at first, but she has started to get used to it. So now I stick her in the seat every chance I get and give her little toys, and it's super exciting because she just started this past week reaching for stuff, and it's the cutest thing in the world. She has started to teeth this month. As you can tell, she's super duper drooly, and we actually had a hiccup, I want to say last week, like Monday and Tuesday. I couldn't get her to eat anything. Like she wouldn't take the formula, she wouldn't take my breast, she wouldn't take anything. So getting her to eat was so hard, and I was really scared because Blake likes to eat. Like she is on it every 2 hours. She needs her milk. So the fact that she wasn't eating all day like really scared me, but she likes her fist. So since she's been born, she has been sucking on her fist, and I'm convinced that when she finds her thumb and learns how to actually open up her hand and like separate her fingers, when she finds her thumb, she's going to be a thumb sucker. She has this thing where she scratches her ears. She gets her hands like really stuck on her ears, and she scratches the back of her head, and she's always scratching it. So I really wanted to get her ears pierced at 3 months, because that's something that I did with Charlie. Save your opinions, please. I really don't care what your opinion is on ear piercings. All I know is I want to pierce my child's ears, so there you go. Charlie had hers at 3 months, and guess what? She's perfectly fine. But I kind of decided to hold off on it because I don't want her to pull her earrings out. I feel like it's more of like a comfort thing for her. So once we get her to learn to not do that, every time we see her do it, we like pull her hands down. We did get her, it's only been once, but we did get her to laugh finally, laugh out loud. I can't get her to do it again. She kind of grunts and she smiles really big, but I can't get her to laugh out loud at all. It was so freaking cute. I wish I got it on video. She loves to freaking talk. She will get up at like midnight and be talking and talking, and it never fails. Like it happens every single night, and it's the cutest thing ever. I'm a late sleeper, so it doesn't really bother me. Holding her head up, oh my gosh, she's been really good at holding her head up ever since birth, believe it or not. Like everyone that has seen her, they're like, oh my gosh, how old is she? Like she has really good control over her head, and now she holds her head up just fine by herself. We started a thing where I'll take her hands when she's laying down and I'll say ready. I'll give her a little bit of help, but she'll go and like pull herself up, which is really cool. She absolutely hates her car seat. Comment down below if your baby freaking hates a car seat, and let me know what age or what things that you guys did to get them to kind of stop being like that. When we put her in there, she will literally scream her head off. Oh my gosh. It is like she is screaming bloody murder. She hates it. I will say that once we get in the car and start moving, she'll be fine. But gosh, like just putting her in the car seat is like torture. And as far as sleeping, she sleeps through the night for the most part. Charlie was definitely more ahead of the game than Blake is. Charlie slept through the night since she was like 2 weeks old. Blake just started kind of getting on a schedule. And if she does wake up in the middle of the night, I'll kind of just breastfeed her and she'll go right back to sleep. So that's really nice. So that really is all that I can update you guys on with Blake. She is super duper sweet, super duper cute. Of course, every mom is going to say that about their baby, but I just love her, and all I'm trying to do is just soak up as much as I can, especially now that this is my second child and I know how fast time goes on. All I can really do is just love her as much as possible and keep her a baby as much as possible. Like, I can't believe Charlie used to be like this little. So anyways, moving on to me. Let's start little and work our way up. So I went in for my postpartum checkup with my doctor at 7 weeks, and of course they go through postpartum depression, which we will talk about in a minute. They offered me birth control again, of course, and I was like, absolutely not. Like, I took that after I had Charlie, and I want to say that it literally ruined me. I had to take 3 different pills because they were all too strong. Even the tiniest dosage was too strong for me. And then I also got the shot, which was the worst decision I could ever make. That's when I started gaining weight. My doctor tried to convince me to get on it, and I'm like, no. Like, no. I'd rather have 10 kids than be on birth control. No, we're not planning on having 10 kids. Maybe one more, but that's later on down the line. So I gained, let's see, at the end of my pregnancy I was 186 pounds. Oh my gosh, you guys have no idea how I felt looking at those numbers on the scale, knowing that I was like 118 pounds once upon a time, and then seeing 186 pounds on the scale was like crazy. Wait, was it 186 or 192? It was too much basically. It's been a struggle. When I was pregnant with Charlie, granted I was like 20 years old, I literally like woke up in the hospital the next day after giving birth and I was like a size 2 again. And that did not happen this time around. Being honest with you, I am 165 pounds. No, I know there's so many other people out there that are struggling with weight and everything like that, but personally, when I have a closet full of clothes and I can't fit any of them, and coming from someone that has always been 118 pounds no matter what I ate, granted I probably had 3 double quarter pounders a week and a large fry and a large McFlurry and a large Coke, and I never gained a pound. It's like it's hard. It's a hard life adjustment. So that has really been weighing down on me a lot, and I don't know why I still feel like I'm having pregnancy cravings. And then being pregnant and being able to eat whatever the hell you want, and then, you know, turning around and then not being able to do that anymore has just been a really hard thing. And my husband and I have been trying to like start 2019 off with like, you know, eating healthy and everything, and he's definitely been way more disciplined than I have. Anyways, moving on from that, one of the main things that I've been struggling with as well is insomnia. And I want to say that my insomnia has started within the last 2 months or so, and it gets so bad that I will go weeks at a time with going to sleep at like 6 o'clock in the morning. Okay, so I'm going to talk about 2 things, insomnia and anxiety. I never experienced anxiety so bad until after this pregnancy, and I don't know what it is, but it's been so bad to the point where like one time me and the girls and my husband were out at dinner, and I was having an anxiety attack so bad that I was like, we need to go. Because I honestly felt like I was going to pass out. On the drive home, I was still feeling like I was going to pass out. It was just a very uncomfortable feeling, and I've had anxiety a lot, especially because I have made the decision to be a stay-at-home mom, and that really is a hard decision to make, especially when I am the type of person that I really like to be independent, and I like to be able to provide, and I know I'm providing. I'm taking care of our kids, and that is like super important, and my husband makes me feel appreciated every single day because of it. The whole idea behind it, not being able to say that I have a job, has been, I think, taking a toll on me a lot. So it's been really difficult, and I lose a lot of sleep. Even though Blake is sleeping through the night, I still wake up super tired because I'm not sleeping. And then the biggest topic that I'm sure everyone addresses in a postpartum video is postpartum depression. So when I went to my 7-week postpartum doctor's appointment, I tested like super duper high on the postpartum depression scale. They do like this scientific proven test or whatever that you fill out. It's like a questionnaire that you have to fill out, and I tested super high for postpartum depression. So going back into my pregnancy, it was really hard. Like, I got to the point where it was so bad that I didn't want my husband to touch me. I didn't want him to look at me. I didn't want him to breathe around me. I didn't want him to sniffle around me. I didn't want him to cough around me. I didn't want to even like just, it was okay if like he went to another room and like we'd never talk to each other. And I was just always upset and just feeling miserable, and I know that's normal pregnancy, but I felt like I wasn't myself, and I wanted to have Blake so bad because I felt like if I could just get her out of me and get my hormones back to normal, then everything would be okay. But it actually got worse, and to the point where like I was crying all the time, and it never went away. Like, I still didn't want my husband around me. And so at my 7-week appointment, my doctor was really helpful. She did offer me medicine. That was something that I didn't really want to do. I wanted to try to figure out on my own, and I want to say that one of the biggest things that helped me was marriage counseling. I think that it was something that helped me just be able to talk and feel. It killed me that I felt that way, and it killed me that I was treating everybody around me like that. It was really hard. It was really hard. Like, oh God, I'm like crying on camera. Oh, this is not supposed to happen. I wasn't me. I just was angry. Like, in my postpartum depression came in a form of anger. I was angry at everything. I hated everything. I hated everyone. I hated, like, it was just not me. Within the last month or so, I have started to really feel like me again. Whatever it takes to make yourself feel better, do it, because postpartum depression is not a joke. It is real. It is challenging. It takes a really big toll on your life, on yourself, on your family, on your kids, on everything. And I'm just so happy that I'm finding ways myself personally to cope with it and get over it, because it's not a joke. Yeah, I'm happy now. So that is pretty much all the updates I have for you guys. If you guys have any questions for me, like I always say in every single video, don't forget to leave them down in the comment box down below. Tune at the end of the video, because I am going to show you guys like my stomach and my stretch marks and all that good stuff. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys have any comments, questions, or concerns, please leave them down in the comment box down below. If you guys have any suggestions for any more videos that you guys would like to see from me, whether it be mom related, beauty related, or fashion related, please don't hesitate to leave them down below as well. Thank you guys so much for watching. Again, I think I've said that like 20 times now, but I can't wait to see you guys in my next video. Bye. Serious love handles. All the stretch marks that I had when I was pregnant are still there. I got super lucky with Charlie because I ended up with no stretch marks at all, and yeah, I didn't beat that one this time.